Superthinking. The Big Book of Mental Models by Gabriel Weinberg and McCann. Critical mass is a theory of nuclear physics. According to this theory, an explosion reaction requires some mass of nuclear material. After the creation of the atomic bomb, this concept became quite popular, had become famous. Later, some social scientists and economists understood that this concept, very useful. There is a critical mass in a party. It is fun only when there are enough people in it. Consumer goods also have critical mass. They reach the maximum profit only when they sell a limited number of units. Concepts such as critical mass are applicable in many fields. These help you in taking better decisions. These concepts are called mental models. These models are based on events that have happened in history. These are accurate ways of predicting the behavior of individuals and groups. This summary will introduce you to the different types of central models. Some of these are useful in competitions, and there are some that have proved to be very good for business environment. You will also learn some general models that will help you in taking important decisions in life. Along with reducing mistakes, how to save your time and money. About this too, we'll learn. We know that it takes years of experience to take good and right decisions. But experiences are helpful because they get you closer to some new mental models. This summary will present some of the mental models that will serve you well throughout your life. Being wrong lets you take decisions in every moment of your life. It can be as simple as selecting things like, what do you want to eat for breakfast? Your education. Make decisions about relationships and career. It is more difficult. What are the consequences of your decisions? Despite this, you always want to make the right decision. Sometimes, the worst can get in the way of making a best decision. Or it may also involve avoiding wrong decisions. Right here. But the mental model of inverse thinking can come in handy. Think about what you want to achieve. Then, think about how you are his complete opposite. Take the example of investing. People more. Invest only to earn more money. It's exactly inverse i.e. reverse. It is necessary to know who. C is the investment that has the least risk of sinking money. Inverse thinking can also apply to dieting. Diet means eating only healthy food, but inverse is to avoid unhealthy food. There is a lot of difference between a chef and a cook. A cook follows recipes to prepare food. A chef, after gathering the ingredients, combines them perfectly to make it a wonderful dish. To prepare, no instruction is needed. A chef understands how to bring flavor to the food. A cook, on the other hand, just knows how to follow instructions. Only a real chef can take good decisions in cooking. This is because he knows the basics of the art of cooking very well. When you take any decision, you need to understand the fundamental facts. You need to learn. Arguing from first principles. These are based on principles, should start with. Here. Even the smartest professionals can't understand this technique. Let's use. Now take the example of Elon Musk, who Tesla is one of the richest people in. He is the founder of electric car company. Electric car. The biggest challenge for the makers was to reduce the cost. Battery packs. One of their biggest expenses. Their costs $600 per kilowatt hour of electricity. Can go up to. Many companies believe that battery packs by their nature. Because of this they are expensive. But Musk disagrees. He took into account the material used in the battery. Keeping followed the argument from first principles. These materials include carbon, aluminum, nickel, cobalt, and some polymers. Musk found out that the material cost of a battery was about $80 per kilowatt hour. The remaining $520 is the cost of assembling the battery. The cost of assembly can be reduced in several ways. Because of this discovery, Tesla was able to compete with other competitors. Got a lot of advantage compared to, but it would have been impossible without the ingenious way in which Musk handled the problem. In physics, a mental model called a frame of reference. It happens. This means, how does the world appear to an observer? For example, when you are in a train, you see any bag or seat moving. Does not give but to the person watching from outside. All these things are seen running fast. Now here the man sitting in the train and the man standing outside both have different frames of reference. The concept of frame of reference is not new to physics. Your way of looking at the world is not logical. Your thoughts and emotions influence it. This means that we are caught in a trap called framing. Can this happen when a very curving frame presents an idea without of context? For example, think of an employee who wants to get a high-budget project passed by his company. If he talks about its cost at the very beginning of his presentation, then this project will be rejected there itself. Instead, he can frame the project in such a way that he can show that the employee looks unique, which can weaken the image of the company's competitors. Now the chances of passing this project will increase. Pause every time you hear a new idea. Think about that. Are you accepting or rejecting it because of the framing? What are other frames of reference to study that idea? Having this mindset will help you make better and more logical decisions. In most of our decisions, people are involved. We should be very careful while judging them for their action. A mental model that is very harmful. Maybe that's a fundamental attribution error. It means to believe that people are what they want. Work, or their actions are also the same. Now take a careless driver driving on the road. Take it you would always think that such people are crazy and undisciplined. But who knows, he might be in a hurry because of a medical emergency. In this case, you may have judged the driver unfairly. Self-serving bias is one such mental model. In this, we try to justify our mistakes like, you never blame yourself for breaking the rules of the road. Imagine you are crossing the speed limit or overtaking a vehicle in a risky way. You will justify your behavior by saying that traffic rules are out of date or other drivers are driving too slow. Try to avoid fundamental attribution error and self-serving bias. They hide your mistakes from you. This will make you behave badly with others. They force you to